I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Now, today we're reading from the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28. Let's focus on verses 11 through 15. The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, lament for the king of Tyre, and say to him, this is what the Lord God says, you were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every kind of precious stone covered you, carnelian, topaz, diamond, beryl, onyx, jasper, sapphire, turquoise, and emerald. Your mountings and settings were crafted in gold, and they were prepared on the day that you were created. And you were an anointed guardian cherub, for I had appointed you. You were on the holy mountain of God. You walked among the fiery stones. And from the day you were created, you were blameless in your ways until wickedness was found in you. Now, lurking behind the description of the fall of the king of Tyre is the shadow of Satan. And many theologians have believed that behind this passage and a similar one of the fall of the king of Babylon in Isaiah 14, that behind these lies a traditional account of the fall of Satan, whose image these arrogant monarchs bore. But other theologians believe Ezekiel's description also bears a striking resemblance to Adam himself. And there is a sense in which both sets of theologians may be correct in both instances. Because in essence, Ezekiel is a poetic portraying the idea of a great fall from a perfect existence. And the king seems to have had everything. He is decked out in high-class bling, as they say. And then he falls. Adam had everything in the garden, and he fell. And of course, because of Adam, we fell too. We're all born into the sin of Adam. Satan also had everything, and he fell. And Ezekiel compares the king of Tyre to a guardian cherub on the holy mountain of God. And the holy mountain is a common way of alluding to the place where God was thought to dwell. Thus, the king of Tyre, who claimed to be a god, resides in the mountain of God. He's living in somebody else's house, and then he falls. Why? Because unrighteousness is found in him. And the cause of his unrighteousness, well, his greed and his self-promotion was framed up by God in a single self-condemning sentence. Your heart became proud. You weren't created proud. Your heart became proud. And it has been suggested that these were the elements that Adam found so alluring, that pride and that essence of Adam's sin in Eden, because that's what Satan displayed to him, the strutting nature of Satan, because pride is the essence of all sin in general. And the king of Tyre's fall, as spectacular and shocking as it was, symbolizes what sin can expect no matter where it is found. For instance, when Adam was banished from Eden, the fault lay entirely within himself. And regardless of the number of angles and attempts that temptation takes in pursuit of our worship, it is impossible to con an honest man. And surely the king of Tyre was the shipping tycoon of all shipping tycoons. But as any seafaring man knows, all of the water in the world combined cannot sink even a child's small boat unless that water finds its way inside. And now another warning for America. Are we not guilty of the same pride and strutting and position as Tyre? Have we not boasted of being the world's provider and the world's protector? Yes, even American Christians sponsor the bulk of world missions, and they give more to charity than any other people group in the world. And yet, wasn't it Tyre who provided all the supplies for the building of Solomon's temple? And yet none of their good deeds earned them a pass from having to be accountable to a holy God. You see, our island of America, which seems untouchable by our greatest enemies who are so far away, well, it's prime to be overwhelmed by a tsunami of judgment. created by our own moral and financial pride. You see, Jesus is the only ark into which we must run to be saved. Where have you run? I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Now, Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people like you. And yes, we need your monthly support. Donating is secure and it's easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. You know, another way to help is to tell people about Groundworks Ministries. Just say, hey, have you ever heard of Groundworks Ministries? You can share these podcasts and with your friends and family, and you can share them on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.